Okay. Um, Next up is Bone God from Callum Edmonds, also known as Mauler. He's known for his critical analysis, movie reviews, and video essays. And well, he lucked out because he is assisted by the artist named as Will Conrad. And Will Conrad is my personal favorite so far within the Rippaverse as an artist. He did the art for Gooding, the Polymath, and he also did some cover work. Um, and now he gets to help out Mahler telling his story. And I think I'll start there because um, Will Conrad is a bit of an all rounder, in my opinion. He does a lot of things very well. He's put to work by Mahler with a wide variation of panels. There's group panels, there's single character panels, there's intense close ups, some close ups on the eyes, for example, here. And there's also, of course, a lot of action and a bit of horror, which we get to see later on. Um, he does highly detailed panels, and I love that because, especially the first panel, this one right here, so much is going on. There's a lot of characters and there's a lot of detail. For example, there's two brothers in this, two sons, and they both kind of look similar, but there's little artistic choices made, like giving them both different scarves around their necks to indicate, hey, this is the one and this is the other, and you can recognize them throughout the story because of their scarves. It's a short story. You don't know a lot about them yet. Um, and also the detail page on the horror, man. That's really. Do I want to show this? Yeah, I can show this. There's a lot of yeah, flesh getting ripped off skin, and overall, yeah, a bit grimy. I don't know if that's a word, but that it feels like it's grimy. Um, Also, I'm never confused. He does a lot of details in his panels, but I never had to take a second look for like what's going on here. I did have that in the past, but with Will, no, I didn't need to look twice. I could see exactly what was going on. It's really commendable work here. Um, as for the story, yeah, from the moment you read the title Bone God and you see the characters step into a temple in the first page, you kind of know exactly how the story is going to end. Luckily, the way it's written, it doesn't really matter that you know what's going to happen. Um, I have to say I'm very impressed by Mahler's writing here. Uh, Even though it's an adventure horror theme, um, what's most played with here is the characters itself. So by the end of this 15 pages, you know enough about most of the characters that you can form an opinion about them. By the end of this, reading this, there were like a couple of characters that I actually hated, and I kind of enjoyed seeing them what they got coming. Mahler teases a bit that it's going to be like Indiana Jones, where a big boulder rolls down when a booby trap is triggered or whatever, but it doesn't really happen. There's like a moment where it's a puzzle, and then they just decide, let's just use C4, which is a bit wild of a choice, but it says a lot about the characters and the ones that are making that choice, and it's addressed in here, and it creates a lot of tension within the group. And there is a bunch of them. I think I'll give a short little premise about what's going on here, and you can we can work from there. So it starts off with a large group of characters, um, uh, which is funded by this guy named Adam Vanosis, and he's basically a rich tech guy, well respected in his field of bioengineering, and he found a tomb, a hidden tomb, and he believes that the key to immortality is in there. Basically, what the character is Hammond from Jurassic Park. He's excited, he's very naive, and he's very ambitious. I was surprised to have him not say spared no expense in this, but I could see the resemblance. He's accompanied by his sons, who he invited, Wyndham and William, and his ex-wife Sarah is there to take her 50% of whatever he finds. Besides that, there's two more characters, well, important characters. Mr. Maps, he's basically the guide throughout the temple. He knows the way. And of course, Caster Graves. And Caster Graves is basically the Indiana Jones equivalent. But in his own way. He doesn't have the whip or the hat. Like I said, so there at the start of the puzzle, you think, oh, this is going to be an adventure. They stumble upon a puzzle and they have to open the door, but the door doesn't really open, or they don't want to put effort into it to fix the puzzle, and then the guy just says, let's use C4, which is the first part where conflict is created within the group. As the story goes on, you realize that Adam, the man that's funding this and leading this, and his family are kind of a bunch of assholes. Like, their kids are spoiled. His ex-wife is just being an ex-wife. She's obviously there for the money. And you get a feeling, you know what? I know how this is going to end, and I don't mind. And I can't wait to see it happen to them. On top of that, Caster, let's say the main character, the semi good guy, he gets a glimpse of the darkness that lies within the tunnel, within the temple, and yeah, it creates some fuzz, and he gets spooked, and yeah, how will it end? It's pretty obvious how it will end. But what Mahler does here is very clever. He takes out the important characters and leaves them to the side. So basically, Caster Graves and Mr. Maps, at the end, they say they retreat. Right before they make it to the end, they say, you know what? Let's not go there. So he basically sets up for more, but he also gives closure with how it ends with the group, and well, you can guess how it ends. It's not good. The comic is called Bone God for a reason. So he sets up some things, he closes out some things, and I think it's a great theme. The story adventure / horror. So far this is my favorite story in the first issue of Saints and Sinners. It's carefully crafted, and I think it's an example of how I would like all of the stories in an anthology would be. Really commendable. I really enjoyed reading this.